Hello, Namaskar everyone. Welcome to Dhwani, which means sound in Hindi. We bring to you resonating sounds created by the actions of women innovators, leaders, experts, and entrepreneurs who are making a difference in their and others' lives. We share their stories to inspire and empower other women. Dhwani is an initiative of Innoberry, which is offering a platform for the women to voice their thoughts, struggles, challenges, achievements, highs and lows, and the journey that they have undertaken. I am Pooja Bhatia, a tech transfer, patent licensing, and intellectual property professional, and now your host for this show. Let's inspire and get inspired. Hi. So today we have our last session on hashtag protection, and Arushi is going to tell us about some of the case laws which are going to impact or may be impacting the hashtag protection. Arushi, over to you now.
Hi, Pooja. So, last session on hashtags today. As much as I remember, we have discussed the criteria of protection of hashtags. So, this is like a mini recap, where we discussed, the evolving social media where the hashtags have become a major force of promoting a particular brand. So, I was reading, so in India, basically we do still lag a lot of the process of protecting your own hashtags is because India is still trying to grasp the idea of protecting their own brand name, leave apart hashtags. So I came across this case study from the US where we're talking about hashtag free cheese fridays, and it came in around 2014, I guess. Even though the idea of protecting the hashtags dates back to 2010 2008, which is surprising because at that time we were still working in India. We were at least still grasping the idea of social media, and now because hashtags have become very popular, one of the most popular hashtags in India is share a coke, where Coca-Cola got an opportunity to promote their brand in a way. So I'll tell you, the promotion was that whoever you're sharing your Coke with, click a picture with them and tag them and use the hashtag share a Coke. So once you do that, it's not only, if 10 people are sharing it, but it becomes 20 by itself because you're sharing it, your Coke with somebody. So there are two people in the picture. The two people are sharing it. So the hashtags become twice the popularity. But then, moving back and going to whether trademarks can protect, the trademarks law can protect these hashtags is still a big question because if we do not evolve from the idea of the trademarks, criteria of protection, where we say that, it should not be descriptive, it has to be very distinct, it has to be exclusive. Now, if we talk about all of these criterias, protecting hashtags is difficult because hashtags, like slogans, are descriptive in nature. Also, reusing of hashtags should not be stopped unless and until we see that there is likelihood of confusion in the market relating to, who the owner is of the brand or what the real product. So if all of that is cleared, of course, hashtags can be treated as trademarks. But then, yeah, there's still a big question of how it's going to evolve or how for hashtags in particular, will we be able to, bring about a certain, new norms like, they say shape marks hote hain, ya color trademarks for that matter. When we talk about color trademarks, you cannot file for a color trademark if you do not have enough proof of use, right?
Yeah.
जैसे हमारे इंडिया में जॉन डीरे का था एंड दे हैव अ कलर ट्रेडमार्क ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर येलो कलर टोन, बट फॉर दैट दे हैड टू प्रूव prior use, extensive prior use. So maybe we can do that with hashtags that probably make it a particular form of trademark and back it by extensive use. If that can be done, I think we can protect it. Otherwise, by mere law, we cannot.
So that will become a challenge. And as you said about the slogans, the same applies for hashtags too. These are descriptive and general. But something like share a Coke was unique because Coke itself is a trademark. So they clubbed two things, one protected and a general line. So that combination was good. So maybe that could be one of the strategy of using a hashtag. And any idea if they have protected it, share a Coke as a hashtag?
From as much information I could seek, they have not. But then yes, maybe with time they'll use it. But then again, जैसे अभी आपने कहा that if the minute you're using Coke coordinate, so share a Coke even if it's not protected. Coke in itself is protected, so maybe they did not bother it much to protect it. They haven't trademarked it in India at least.
Okay, good. But if there is some other strategy that is used, a slogan connected with a trademark. So the slogan
Yes.
itself could be a trademark, and plus the trade name or the service name, both would be protected. So then the combination is deadly, right? Because
Yes.
you're using a slogan that is protected and the logo is also
Yes.
protected. So that is another way of using hashtags and ensuring. And in that case, I don't think so. You need an hashtag trademark protected as an hashtag. It could just be a slogan protected in parts, maybe as a trademark. Do you think that would be a good strategy?
You can use the hashtag and the brand name together. There is no problem. But then that gets protected together, right? As a whole, not
Okay.
in part. So what if the hashtag is being used, in exclusivity, without the brand name? Then that might be a problem. But if you're using it along with the brand name only, then of course you can apply for the trademark registration. Otherwise, again, if you're using it alone exclusively without the brand name, then it won't get protected. But again, in once we go for infringement cases or litigation, all of these are considered. The court does give due consideration to the idea that, even though it's protected along with the brand name, it has some identity of its own. Again, that's a lot of, common law that will come into picture when that happens.
Okay.
Because you prove the usage, you prove the recognition. And also, sometimes it becomes very easy to prove the malified intention of the other party if the copying is huge.
True, and if the other party whose slogan or the hashtag is getting copied is strong enough, then definitely you can show a malified intention, right? That is why the copying was done in first place to piggy ride somebody else branding and whatever
And
reputation they have created.
people are doing crazy stuff that way, once you talk about piggy ride, people are also, I'll tell you this one strategy that happened with us only. So I'll not name the brand. There was an XYZ brand, and there is this person who kaun se mask the na that came during COVID, N25. Did we call them N25? So there is this person. What he did is he went ahead and he got N25 registered in his own name, and the registry granted him registration. Imagine, like you applied it, and during that time, no, in India, 2 months, 3 months, mein, the applications are getting examined. Now the backlog is so huge that it's taking 4 to 6 months. So 2 3 mahine mein they examined it, and then in 4 months it got advertised, and 4 months that guy got registration. So I happened to read that order, and I happened to remember that. Turns out, few months later, so I'm still working for a very personal care brand. Personal care brands are popular, right? So this XYZ brand, he got it registered in related classes. So like I said, in India, people don't usually, are very up and active about trademark registrations. So what they did is they got it registered only in the valid classes, not in the allied and cognate good class. So that guy got it registered in all the allied and cognate good classes. Even in something as remote as app wala class 9 of nice classification. And then I was so surprised that he was asking for money from our client to, I'll transfer it to you, but you give me this much money. And then he sent a cease and desist notice also. I mean, see the audacity. So the similar scenario can take place with hashtags, because one, it might be difficult to protect it alone in unison. But then, of course, if you use the right strategy, use it along with your brand name for a while, get it protected, and then start using it exclusively without your brand name, I think it should work. It all depends on the lawyer that will help you strategize it.
Yeah,
That's
so
how it.
that is why you need a lawyer and expert to tell you what exactly the strategy should be. But Arushi, you were mentioning about a case. So could you elaborate a bit more about it, the hashtag case that you started off with?
Vikey's brand, right?
Yeah.
So Vikey is not India's case, it's a US brand. So they launched this campaign called Free Cheese Fridays. And it became so popular because they were, I think, distributing free cheese on Fridays.
Okay.
And so it became a huge social media campaign. And it's because free cheese on Fridays, it's all descriptive and generic to the work that they're doing. And the service is providing free cheese on Fridays. And that's the hashtag. But then the social media campaign was so popular that in US, they did apply for trademark and they did get it. So that's one very successful hashtag registration. Even I'm planning to get my hashtag registered now.
So we are going to follow you and see what's the end result.
Yeah, I hope I get. I mean, if I apply, I'm definitely going to tell you. I'll also use all my social media clippings and put prior use along with it. Prior use proof, no? because they're using hashtag protect to promote very popularly.
True. But then in that case, you would need dated proof, right? To showcase that. So all the posts that you put need to be dated just to
Yeah,
show
so
there is use.
I'm not sure about LinkedIn. LinkedIn may you get those weeks, number of weeks, not a
Yeah,
particular date.
not the dates.
But on Facebook and Instagram, we'll get that. Yeah. I'll
Right.
just turn all the pages into PDF and then take the screenshots. If I'm not able to take the screenshots, I'll turn all the pages into PDFs once I click on print option. So I think we'll be able to do it. I'll do it on
So
the second anniversary of Satyaki
all
Legal.
the best to you. Do let me know how did it go. And then, we could talk about your case study, about
Yeah.
filing the hashtags and how the experience was. What did you do? What did you not do? And, what would you suggest to others? How long it took you to actually get the protection?
Also, it's going to be very, again, a strategy has to be built around the fact that what are the services that you're going to add when you apply for the trademark. You remember, I think we discussed it in previous episode also, that, what are the services that you're going to say? Because suppose I'm a legal practitioner, I'm going to technically, the hashtag should also be protected under the classes that nice classification that talks about legal protection. But then the main purpose of the hashtag is social media popularity. So I'll have to go for the social media classes also, right? So
Okay.
what is the class that you'll use it for? That is the problem.
Yeah. And then choosing the right class is very, very essential, right? Not just choosing one, but all wherever it's applicable.
The register is becoming very strict, yeah. I'm telling you. I mean, the kinds of objections we've not seen are the objections that are coming nowadays, no, in examination. In my 7, 8 years of career, I've not seen the kinds of objections that I see now. The registries completely changed their outlook while examining the applications, is because they are also witnessing the fact that there are a lot of bogus applications that are being. Like, I was using this discussion forum lately, and then I saw that किसी को objection आया है where they were asking that the significance of the trademark is not clear. Please provide explanation.
Okay.
I mean, which provision of law does it lie under? No, none. And if my trademark, technically, if it has some significance and sense to it, it becomes descriptive, non-trademark worthy. Why are you asking for significance? But then that does happen. How do you resolve it? Thank God I'm not there, Torby.
I wonder what did they do? But it could apply in case of any of the hashtag protections also, right? If somebody files in an application and this question comes in, what is the significance? So it is going to be a tricky situation.
Strategizing your trademarks has become a huge deal. You cannot just blindly apply for it
Yeah, I've
unless
heard
you're
the same
very
for here in US also. So if somebody files it now, they are saying it the person is going to get it in 2025. There's so much of delay, and then you will have a lot of questions that come up. So it's not very easy to defend also.
Yeah, when samne in India also. But then I'm glad, at least if like we say, if law starts giving IP, intellectual property, enough importance, I think the public at large will also. The social media has become very huge, Pooja. Now, if you start reading stuff. So yesterday I decided, okay, I'll just go through and see, if I can find more case studies. Umpteen number of links. Most of them are discussing similar cases because there aren't much. But then, imagine the scope of information, the number of websites catering to the same topic.
Same topic and same domain. So there's a lot of competition. You have to shine among all that.
You want to make sure your brand also outshines.
True.
Everything.
True.
So that information travels really fast. So that's why it become very, very particular about how to protect your intellectual property. But let's see how that works. I think hashtags going to become popular. मैं भी protect कराती हूँ फिर बताती हूँ. Will if we apply and if it gets passed or there is some unique objection, God forbid. But yeah, we'll hold another episode. We will not call this episode as final episode.
No, that will be a special episode. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll call it a special episode sharing our experience.
Like a wild card entry. Hold a special episode. We'll do that.
We'll definitely do it. So thanks a lot, Arushi. It was
Most
fun
welcome.
discussing the hashtags with you, and I look forward to your experience and sharing it with everyone.
Yes.
And all the best for it. Thank you, everyone.